let me actually just share a short format which you can use to. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes. So I've sent a short format where you just have to write your organization name, what you deal in, your name and designation, and your contact details. So we've seen in the past that a lot of members who interact during these sessions actually go ahead and make some business connections with each other. So do use this time and this opportunity to network with one another. In fact, there's a quote that rightly says your network is your net worth. So let's make most of this opportunity. Okay, so let me tell you a little about myself. I'm Malvika Jaggi and I'm representing GlobalLinker today. GlobalLinker, as you know, is an online business networking platform with over 4 lakh plus members like yourself who are business owners in various industries, categories, ranging with different kinds of products, services, a lot of B2B members as well. So it's good to meet you all here today. The objective of this session is to keep it as interactive as possible so that one is we get to know each other, two, we get to know the challenges that somebody is facing as a business owner and we try to solve that together. And three, of course, how do you kind of network and grow your business with GlobalLinker? So that's the agenda of today. We will start sharp at 1:05, but I'm excited to see all of you here today, and it's nice to see you all now using the chat section. One thing I'd like to mention is that any kind of question, any query that you have, please feel free to use the Q&A box down and ask your question so that it doesn't get missed out. Usually in the chat, because there are a lot of people chatting in the chat, I will not be able to keep track, but if it's in the Q&A, I will 100% answer it. We will keep the session short, where I'm talking or walking you through the platform, but we will keep it open for Q&A for a longer time, such that you can ask any of your queries that you have, and we kind of use examples to solve your problems. Okay, since we have a minute more. So the other day I was reading an article which said that a research conducted actually said that about 40% of businesses will die in the next 10 years if they really don't learn, adapt to new technologies and the digital mediums. So what I'm trying to ensure is that this bunch here is in the 60% who will survive, grow, flourish, and sustain their business. So help me in identifying your problems, where you're stuck in your digital journey, and we can help you move the goalposts each time. So, okay, a very good afternoon to all of you now. Since it's 1:05, we will get started. Let me just take a moment to share my screen. And like I mentioned earlier as well, we'll keep this interactive. I will be asking you all questions. Please do use the chat box to respond. Yes, no, maybe, you don't know, any of that. Now again, what can you expect from the session today? We will do a brief overview of GlobalLinker. We will talk in detail about what is the importance of a digital profile, why should one have it, how do you make it a rich profile in terms of content, aesthetics, the overall appeal, as well as how, when, where, why should you actually then go ahead and sell online, and then how do you attract, prospect customers, first right from your friends and family to then expanding to strangers and then probably even exporting, and then we'll open it for a Q&A round. Okay, so just this is about GlobalLinker. It's a world of opportunities on a single platform. But to give you in a layman sense what GlobalLinker stands for. So just like the way we use Facebook for connecting with friends, connecting with each other, and LinkedIn for connecting for jobs or maybe work updates, GlobalLinker is a world of business opportunities where like-minded business owners like yourself come onto the platform, network with each other, maybe about engaging new distributors, talking about their product launches, talking about any new awards and achievements, or even just sourcing raw material, getting new suppliers, basically networking with each other in the purview of business happening with one another. So it's an online community, or think of it as your online business circle. Again, it's a free to join platform, but it is by invite only. So it's really nice to see that various leading organizations have actually invited each business owner here today to be a part of this platform. So we'll quickly now just move on to seeing how the platform looks like, and I'll give you a glimpse of what you can do on it. Do feel free to again stop me in between, ask any questions, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay, so give me a moment. I'll go into my particular account and show you how that looks like. Okay, so here we are. So I've logged in now to my account. This is how it looks like. It's a social feed where people are interacting with each other, posting business opportunities. So for example, this organization is looking for buyers in India for their product. They've given their website details, or let's say you all registered for the event today here, so that was on the platform. Here you see where Schneider Electric is talking about their new launches, product launches, or even various interactions are already happening. So it's important for you to actually become a part of it and make the most of it. But let me show you how you can navigate through the top section on our screen here today. So, okay, here you can see that there is a section called resources. So there are three things that GlobalLinker stands for. One is your digital card or your digital identity. Then comes your digital profile, and then a digital catalog. So each of these sections actually fall amongst each of them. The idea is for you to be as active and gain trust of your prospect viewers. And how do you do that is what I'm going to show you now. So there's a section called knowledge, and there are various people either posting discussions like you saw on the homepage, or writing articles, or even reading it. Now, if I'm just going to scroll here and show you the kind of content that is being generated on the platform and how you can be a party to it. But here you can see there's somebody talking about how do you really get started with a clothing brand. It's a beginner's guide. Or there are leading organizations in the legal domain. So Vakil Search writes a lot about all the various legal aspects that you might have in terms of as a business owner. So what is a MOU? How do I write it? What do I do? Or even for that matter, you as an expert in your field contribute in the form of an article. So let's say here we see there's a gentleman called Mr. Anirudh Gupta, and he's writing about what are the kind of investing or vigilance that you should do in business for you to grow. And the minute I read it, I know that he knows what he's talking about. He knows his subject very well. I am an expert in, let's say, XYZ, but Mr. Anirudh is going to help me with, since he's a CA in all kinds of accounting practices. And then I reach out to him because now I know that once I read his article, I know that what he's saying really makes sense. So this is one way for you to organically invite your prospect customers to kind of interact with you. Now, let's say there's a Retailers Association of India, or even the Federation of Indian Export Organizations. They're putting in weekly trade alerts for all exporters to benefit. Or the Retailers Association of India is actually giving trends, patterns, success parameters for all the retail happenings in the country today. So this is a section you should keep a check on. One is to consume content, but also more importantly, to kind of go out there and start sharing your content. You are an expert in an industry, go out there and talk about it. That's when organically people will start recognizing. Now I see this gentleman, Mr. Pramod Veturi, he contributes regularly on the platform, and I know that he's not he is a genuine business. I can reach out to him. He has not only written on certain aspects, but he has a very wide spectrum of areas that he talks about. So that's the kind of trust that you need to start building. Now, quickly moving on to the next section is basically the group section. So again, you see on other social platforms as well, a group of like-minded people come together and join a particular group. So here you can see there's something on fashion and style. There's something going on in Telangana with some growth partners. There's an accounting software which a company is offering for free of cost, or there is a group of import-export agencies. So depending on your interest, you could be a part of any of these groups and not only consume content, but also talk about what are the kind of challenges you're facing. So again, now briefly, again, moving to the next section, since groups is pretty self-explanatory, we've all gotten used to it now, is the event section. Now here is a section for you to explore in terms of all the various events that are happening in the small and medium industry space today. So right from the session that you're attending now to how do I kind of make an online store attractive, or even let's say from an export company, do an export related topic, which basically is inviting sellers to come together, is doing the session in Hindi. So you'll see that across the industry, not only from events from us, but also various other organizations posting their events for you to kind of actually join here. But again, this is a section that you need not actually only look for in terms of joining, but let's say you as an organization are hosting an event and you want to tell the SMEs across the world about it, either to join virtually or physically, then this is a space you should use to actually put out your event right there, right? Okay. Now, we'll come to the catalog section a little later, but let me just quickly go on to the offers bit. Now, we understand that an SME, a small and medium enterprise, might find it challenging to get various services at a negotiated rate. So we went out there, selected market leaders in various domains and pre-negotiated deals for you, so that we collectively, 4 lakh members that we have on the portal, we collectively can use these services right from, let's say, business lending, SEO, or maybe just renting an office space, or using ClearTrip, or using or just opening a current account. So you see that there's a range of services here, and you would already see that they're pre-negotiated for you. So again, this is one section that I wanted to just touch base on. But let me now also come on to one of the most widely used features. This is the online store. Now, what is an online store? First, just to define, we all know what a website today is. And let me tell you the difference between a website and an online store. A website is informational based, where let's say I deal in products that are like footwear. I will have a lot about that, but I will not be allowing my customers to actually make a transaction or purchase from me. The difference that you can see with an online store is that not only are you telling the customer about your business, but you're also allowing them to transact. So on using this online store, whether you're a B2B or a consumer business, B2C business, you can create it and empower your customers, whether in the form of B2C customers, distributors, retailers, all the entire spectrum to start ordering from you online. And let me show you a couple of examples of how people are actually making this a success. So here is a brand that deals in, let's say, clothes. This is NH Kapde Wala, and they've created this online store using this platform GlobalLinker. So if you want to also start showcasing your brand, such that when you're talking about your business, it's easy when you just give a URL. So if I'm a customer wanting to know about your business, if rather than explaining it to me on call, rather than sending me certain images of products on WhatsApp, if I were to just send you this URL, you will see it all here. If you have any questions, you will probably use this WhatsApp section, or you'll go ahead and make a purchase, or you'll see certain reviews, testimonials, you'll explore the platform and then go ahead and make a transaction. So this is the kind of empowerment you should be giving your customers. This is an example of a B2C brand, but let me also show you. Here is a company which is into beveling machines. It need not be limited to B2C. This is the reason I'm showing you this example. Now, let's say a lot of brands come back and say that my price is customized, my products are customized, or in B2B, I can't really define a price to my product. Here, what you can do is use a product which has a price to purchase in terms of add to cart and then buy. But the products that you want to leave customized, or you want to just invite inquiries, you could do that as well. You could allow your customers to just send in an inquiry to you, review that, customize it, you discuss with that partner, and then go ahead and strike a deal. So make use of these features. In fact, this online store is integrated even with payment gateway providers as well as logistics providers. So we have a range of businesses. Let me just show you that our partners include PayPal, Paytm. So you need not worry. Once you get an order on your online store, you can use any of these partners to fulfill that order. So it's all just making it easy for you to kind of go out there and get your customers now. Okay, so this was the online store section. Let me just go back to now my presentation and tell you, this was a brief walkthrough of GlobalLinker. But if you do have any questions, you can ask them and I will take them up towards the Q&A section. Let me just go back to the screen as well. Okay. So now that we know about GlobalLinker, what the platform looks like, how one can use it, let's also just understand the core objective. There are two things. One is making your business transaction ready. And the second thing is making your business discoverable. Now, discoverable, whether in terms of a B2C customer, B2B, or even exports, all of that, we'll come to it towards the end. But like I told you in the starting, there is a digital identity, there's a digital catalog, and then there's a digital e-commerce enablement that you can use on GlobalLinker. Okay, so now let's actually move to how do you get started online. So I'd like to ask you all a question. As business owners, I'm sure resources are limited for you, and they need to really be used wisely. So I'd like to know from you all, what is the most limited resource for you? For you as a business owner, it could be anything. We've seen in the past people comment time, money, bandwidth. So use a chat box and tell us what your limited resource is. Okay, so I can see some personal messages here. Time. We don't have the necessary funds. Time. Right kind of employees, money. Okay. So no matter which resource is limited, and therefore we recognize that these resources are limited, it's important for us to plan wisely and properly. and therefore invest these resources that you have in the right direction. So in the session ahead, I'll actually show you the various channels and ways that you can actually tell your prospect customers that you're ready to service them, you're ready, no matter where they are, when they are looking out, and how you can provide that convenience to your customer. But before we move forward again, let me ask all of you to draw a tree, and draw a tree in under 5 seconds. It could be on paper, it could be in your mind, but under 5 seconds, just draw a tree. I'm pausing here for 5 seconds. Okay, now I'd like to see in the chat box, how many of us actually drew a tree like this? 2 lines like this for the bark, and then a cloud on top for the bush. Did we do that to draw a tree? Yes, 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 no. Okay, so over 95% of us actually draw a tree the way we were taught as kids, like this, 2 barks and then a cloud on top. But if we all were a group sitting down together, networking with each other, and if it was a competition and we were asked to draw a tree, 100% all of us would have gotten more innovative. We would have thought out of the box, and we would have made maybe fruits hanging, different colors, all of that. What I'm trying to bring about here is that networking not only allows others to kind of help you with ideas, but it also helps you think about the problem a little differently. And I'm giving you such a basic example for you to correlate and see that when you're working on your project, you could be going in one direction because you've thought of it like that. But the minute you stop and think that, okay, what if I had to do it differently? Or the minute you ask your friends, your colleagues, your business connections, any of them to just think about that challenge, you'll see a lot more variety coming. And that is the reason networking really helps generate new ideas, gets that spark and ignite in you to kind of collectively achieve more. So that's and why I'm telling you is do this online, and you could do it on GlobalLinker. Now, why does one really have to build your own sales channel? Now, a lot of us have actually seen that times are changing, and we have blocked an advertisement, or we've gone and clicked on skip ad. But and of course, all of us have. But how many of us have actually followed an influencer? How many of us have followed a celebrity? So we as consumers are looking for content that generates interest rather than promotional content from a brand. So you need to really invest in building your brand, because otherwise you're not going to be noticed. And just coming on to the next point of diversifying on marketplaces. So many of us today actually have our products and services listed on marketplaces, like right from Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Big Basket, all of it. But as a consumer, just stop for a second and think, how many times do you read the name of the seller that you're purchasing from? We don't, right? We just buy from the marketplace. So while it's important to be on marketplaces to get customers, you need to really build your own sales channel for building your brand, for getting that recognition. Why will somebody remember you as NH Kapdewala? Only when you have invested that kind of time, money, and effort in building it, right? Okay. So moving to the next slide quickly. Okay, so at GlobalLinker, we have over 20,000 plus active sellers using this section of the online store capability. So I've been in conversation with a lot of them, like yourself, and for the past 4 years now, I've tried to kind of collate data, share a lot of insights that have been shared. What are the kind of challenges, and I'm just trying to help you all by learning and growing together, by sharing what I have learned over these years. But before we again move forward, let me ask you, how many of you here today shop online? And it could be as small as buying groceries on, let's say, a Big Basket or a Swiggy, Instamart, or buying a product on Amazon, or buying a product on Let's say a standalone website called the Whole Truth Foods, anything. Do you shop online? Let me see the chat box with for yeses and nos. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So 90, I see a no there. One no. Okay. So over 99% of us say that yes, we shop online. But how many of us sell online? We are all business owners. Are we providing the kind of experience that we want to our customers? Do I say yeses here? Do you really allow your customers to buy from you? No, yes, not as many, right? No, no, no. So why no? Think about it. The reason we're doing this session is for you to kind of, I'm trying to leave you with the thought that what you want to experience, you should also be allowing your customers to experience. Now, just moving fairly quickly to the digital roadmap and what are the various stages of digitization. So first you lay your foundation by actually creating an online presence. Then you build it by staying active. How do you stay active? You put up discussion posts, you write articles, you put up blogs, you tell the world that you exist. Then you start promoting your products and services. You tell them about your business via social media, via digital marketing, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, all of that. And then you scale up by actually relying on data and trends and then increasing your profits and reducing your costs. But at the end of all this, you sustain this. You try and then get repeat customers, start to earn goodwill, build loyalty, all of that, right? So you as a business owner might argue that I've been doing business traditionally, which means an offline version, for many decades now. My customers come to my store and purchase my goods. So why do I really get onto this roadmap of a digital journey? So let's try and understand why and how soon one should actually get onto the digital roadmap, if not entirely, but at least as a hybrid version of an offline and an online mix. Okay. So now let's take an example. We have a member here, Lakshmi Priya, who said she doesn't allow her customers to purchase from her online. So let's say Lakshmi Priya has a store of footwear in Mumbai, in Andheri, and she has about 50 customers coming to her every single day. She's making profits. She's happy. She's been doing this business for years now. How does she really expand? Any thoughts on how she should reach 1,000 customers a day? Let's keep it as interactive as possible. What are the kind of suggestions that you would offer to Lakshmi Priya to expand from 50 customers every single day to 1,000 customers a day? And I'm seeing some messages come onto my personal chat, but I'd request you all to use the everyone tab. But yes, there's hyperlocal marketing, there's social media marketing. I can see some things on just going online. Okay, so and that's true, right? The power of selling online is the real global reach that one can have as a business owner. But now let's say Lakshmi Priya listens to all of your requests and she runs a sale. She's not going to do right now, she's not going online and doing social media marketing, but she thinks that, okay, I right now have 50 customers a day. Let me run a sale and I'll attract 200 customers a day. And bingo, she has 200 customers a day now. Her profits but have gone down because she ran a 50% discount to get these increased number of customers. So let's think what she should have done differently. So Mr. Kumaresh says hyperlocal marketing. Mr. Kumaresh goes and suggests to Lakshmi Priya that go online, have an online store, and then Mr. Rajesh Gokhale says, let's do social media on it. So what is the difference between just doing it offline and online? When she was doing it offline, she ran a 50% discount, drop in her profits. And when she did it online, she identified for a period of time that my customers are not purchasing from me between 5 to 6 p.m. every single day. But 7 p.m. onwards, I have a lot of customers coming in. These are the kind of trends or data that she's able to analyze now. And Lakshmi Priya now realizes that, okay, let me kind of just run this 50% discount only for the customers coming 5 to 6 p.m. every day. Now she has a new set of 200 customers coming to her between that 5 to 6, but her profits have not gone down. Her customer footfall has come in because she's running it, but during the remaining hours, she still has her loyal customers coming to her, transacting from her. And now she has the power of the data with her. She has the fact that she can now send out, let's say, messages to each of them that this is a free giveaway that I'm giving you, or this is a sample. So there are a lot of other things that you can do once you go online. And let's say here we have Mr. Agastya here, who's also not selling online currently, but Mr. Agastya says that I actually started, I'm an exporter and I export all my products. And then Lakshmi Priya thinks that, why don't I also just be limited to domestic Andheri? I'm in Andheri and I'm getting 2 to 3 kilometers customers, but let me also just explore the online world to kind of get export related products, or let me get inquiries, let me get all of the sales that all the other business owners who've already progressed in that journey. So now she starts getting orders from Australia, Africa. Okay, so I hope that becomes a reality. Okay, so now the reason I was talking about this, and thank you for being a part of the example, but is just to show you and the importance of going online and for you to implement it fast, right? Now let me quickly also take you through a digitization index that we tried to factor in various stages that you as a business owner could be at. So we have various functions right now, right from marketing, sales, logistics, accounting, various areas where you could be digitized, and you could be in any of the buckets, but there is always a next step to grow to. So in like, for example, in the marketing domain, you might have a logo, but you don't have a website of your own. Or let's say you've purchased your own domain name for a website, but you've not actually created custom emails with that domain. So here on my screen, you can see that if you don't have a logo, create one. If you've made a basic one, you can move to a professional logo. And again, right, we're not going to go into the details, but just for an example, again, let's say social media. You don't have any presence, you create your presence on all the platforms. Then you see how frequently I should be posting. Then you see, okay, I've been posting once a week, maybe I'll make it once a day. Or then you see that let me just post quality content, and then you kind of do paid promotions to reach the target customers. Then you create a social media store. So there are various phases at which you can be in. The idea is for you to keep moving wherever you are, integrate new payment methods for your customers, allow your customer to get your products or services at your doorstep. And likewise, just like marketing, we have operations, sales. So the question is, are you able to track your data efficiently? If not, maybe you should look at inventory management. Or let's say, are you empowering your B2B partners? So if you are a manufacturer and you have only B2B orders coming in, are you allowing your distributors and retailers to order from you online? So we at GlobalLinker also have a specialized product called Brand Linker, which actually allows you as a manufacturer to digitize your entire supply chain. So let's just take a very quick example. Let's say Mr. Sethu here is a manufacturer of pens, and he has 100 distributors who in turn have 1,000 retailers each. Now, what he does today, Mr. Sethu sends his salesperson, they go there, they show the catalog, and then they book the order. Now the salesperson has written 30 products, but when he comes back to the warehouse, that person reads it as 80. Now 50 more have gone, and then there are returns. So there's a lot of complication or errors that happen when it happens manually. Now, if he were to do it online, Mr. Sethu now has all his products online on an online store. He has a set 100 distributors who log in onto his website via an OTP. And why they do this is because Mr. Sethu now sets up that distributor A will have a minimum order quantity of 5 products versus distributor B will have to buy 10 products. They'll have a different credit limit, they'll have a different discount. All these parameters are first fed in, and then automatically he starts getting orders, and then he starts investing his time in other aspects of relationship building versus actually just booking orders. So if you are a business who would want to explore this product of digitizing your B2B partners, then just drop in a message in the chat box and I'll have a call arranged to you post the session. But the idea is to leave you all with the thought that it's important to be digitized no matter which stage you are at. This is basically building the block to grow so that you one day reach the castle, lay the bricks today. So I'm going to stop here for a moment and in fact stop here and kind of see if you all have any questions, anything that you'd like to show, want me to showcase on the platform, or any queries that you might have, or even just feedback, or let's say you really have started using the platform and you want to share your experience with others. So let's kind of stop here. Okay, so any questions, please use the chat Q&A section to ask any questions. In the meanwhile, I'll just put my contact details in the chat box. In the every day, like if you are a business who's getting started with creating your online store and need help, we have pre-recorded tutorials, we have step-by-step guide articles, everything to guide you through this journey. It's absolutely free of cost. You can do it on your own. In fact, we have live training sessions every single day, and I'll share a link of how you can join that session. Every day at 7:30 p.m., working days, Monday to Friday. Okay, I can see Mr. Kumaresh Sethuraman. He says, I created my profile sometime back. I did nothing to build my profile, but I got a call with reference from GlobalLinker. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Kumaresh, for sharing that here to tell all the others the importance of it, and imagine what you would have done, what you can get, or how you can grow if you do have a complete profile, if you do have the means to kind of showcase your products and services. So all the very best, and thank you for sharing your experience here. In fact, that brings me to an important point. We have a giveaway today, and the giveaway is basically a one-on-one review consultation call that will be made with an in-house expert. So if you want your business to be reviewed in the online space, all you need to do is use any of your social media platforms to post a little about the session you attended today. You could put in any feedback and share that with me. We'll kind of shortlist you for this giveaway, and then you'll get a one-on-one exclusive review of your online profile. Okay, so I can see Mr. Rajesh, what is the best possibility of GlobalLinker's marketing platform when anyone searching for purchasing any product? I mean, how do you promote GlobalLinker worldwide? So GlobalLinker has various large organizations as partners, which means that we have ICICI Bank, we have the Telangana government, we have Union Bank of Philippines, there's Retailers Association of India. There are a lot of trade bodies, government bodies, and large corporations who are in partnership with us to kind of promote this platform, to invite their SMEs onto the platform as well. So that's one angle. And there are specialized marketplaces. So let me go ahead and actually just show you a couple of these marketplaces before we move on to the next question. So this is a portal called the Indian Business Portal, which is made in collaboration with the Federation of Indian Export Organizations, which is an apex body promoting exporters from the country to meet foreign buyers. So here you see there are about 2,500 odd Indian sellers showcasing their products and services, right from B2B to B2C as well. And FIO as a body goes ahead and promotes it with the embassies across the world so that they can see the kind of rich specialities that the country has to offer, and then they kind of get orders as well. So in fact, there's a special focus on geographical indicators. The idea of the portal is for the Indian seller to reach the foreign buyer, which means making it discoverable. And then of course it's a matter of the kind of customization or any kind of negotiation that happens, and then there's a matchmaking that happens on the platform. So like the Indian Business Portal, let me also show you the government of Telangana has made a portal specialized for the sellers of the state, right from Warangal Daris to Karimnagar silver filigree, all of the specialities to pearls of Hyderabad. All these sellers are on the portal showcasing their products, inviting other states to kind of purchase from this particular state. So like this, there are various other marketplaces that you could join in case you're looking at showcasing your products on a specialized marketplace. So if you want to be a part of any of these marketplaces, you can again drop in a message and we'll have a call scheduled. Okay, I'll again stop here to see if I hope Mr. Rajesh and your question has been answered. And I'm just waiting to see. Yes. Okay, great. So just waiting to see anybody who wants to make use of the giveaway. Have you all posted on any of your social media platforms? All you need to do is just talk about a little feedback or a little appreciation post about the session today on any of your social platforms. It could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Share that link with me and we'll shortlist you for a one-on-one exclusive session with an in-house expert who will review your online business profile, guide you in what next step you should be doing. I can see one question in my personal chat about what do I do if I'm a services business? So I get this question a lot of times. We showcase some examples of products, but let's say, for example, you're a pest control services business. All you need to do is kind of productize your service so that the customer also finds it easy to strike a deal with you. Now, even if you don't product, and but the meaning I want to explain about productizing your service is, let's say you offer pest control for rodents, for lizards, for XYZ, and you have different packages. You could go ahead and make your online store for that, or you could actually just put in a link where somebody can set up an appointment. Let's say you're a dance teacher, set up an appointment for so and so time, send out a page which they can actually make a payment from. So all of that exists today. It's about where you stand and how you can kind of move to the next goalpost. Okay, so do we have any other questions from the members here today? I hope your question was answered, Mr. Sita. Anybody who wants to share any of their business challenges so that we collectively can identify how we can solve that. We can use this time to just network with each other. Any specific question? Okay, I see one question here. how do I really use the connections tab? Okay, so let me just showcase my screen again and show you how you can build connections on GlobalLinker. 1 second. So you come on to your profile, and here you can see there's a connections tab on top. You go on to that, and it can be as niche as I'm looking to connect with somebody in Hyderabad in the pearls industry. So all of those filters you can put in and then kind of customize your search and connect with them. So that's how you can make your business connections. Sorry, my internet is a little slow. So you come on to the connections and then come on to add connections, or these are the invitations of other business owners which you can accept or reject. But go on to add connections and make your search as personalized as possible. So if you see here on the right, I'm going to add India, and I'm going to add maybe Hyderabad. I'm looking for somebody in Hyderabad. And if you see, this automatically changed the list of people I'm looking for. Now, let's say I want to look at HR services, and so I don't have anybody in that domain. Okay. So let me say agriculture. There seems to be some issue because I think it's to do with my internet. Yeah, it's not coming up as of now because it's to do with my internet. Just allow a moment again. Okay, but you got the hang of it. On the right hand side, you'll see you can make as specialized searches you want, and you'll have a range of people. Connect with them, send them messages, send them invitation requests, and then go ahead and make a business connection. Right? Okay. I hope that your question was answered. I engage handicapped and poor people to manufacture our goods. How to promote my social entrepreneurship? Again, Mr. Rajesh, it'll be nice to see your online store of the goods that you manufacture so that people can actually transact. Again, let me just show you an example of a social enterprise who's doing something just for you to have an idea. So this is a brand in the Telangana that is a social cause. They kind of empower women in the slums to, they train them to make these products and then give them a livelihood by selling them. So they've made this online store where they're showcasing their products and then giving them that livelihood. So this is what you can do as well, Mr. Rajesh. Right from actually then showcasing all the different categories, writing about it, again showcasing your social media pages, adding in any blogs, showing the empowerment stories as well. So if you want to create something like this, we also have a customized service where we create the store for you. That's done at a nominal cost. So if you're interested in availing that, I'm going to put in a URL that you can actually submit. So if you want us to create the entire catalog, online catalog for you, we'll be happy to do it. You just submit the form and we'll have a call arranged and help you with it. Okay. So are there any further questions, or we could end the session here today? But it's been really a pleasure to interact with all of you. Thank you for being a part of the interactive examples that we had. Thank you for joining in today and spending 1 hour of your busy schedule on learning how you can actually grow your platform. Thank you again for joining. Very nice to see all of you here. If you do have any questions, I have put in my contact details in the chat box. Do reach out, post a session. We're here to help you. And we're here to see that we're here to help you and grow along with you as well. So thank you. It's my pleasure to share all of this with you. Is there anything specific you would want to hear from us at GlobalLinker? Anything that you'd like to learn? Do put it in the chat box and we'll consider your request and see if we can arrange that. We also have specialized industry experts who come in and talk about various areas of interest of our business owners. We recently did a session on how you can do SEO. You can actually view these recordings on our YouTube channel as well. So in case you miss them out, you can go on to our YouTube channel of GlobalLinker and view that. And of course, you can use the event section on the on the GlobalLinker platform that I showcased to you to kind of register for the forthcoming sessions. Okay, thank you so much for joining in today.